Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael.
This is Cleve.
And welcome back to another exciting episode of Friendship.
That's it.
You said it. You definitely said it. And you're the podcast. And we're the podcast. There's Daz. Are you tired of hearing Michael talk about Ferngully and Avatar?
Never.
That sent me on a tirade, by the way. Recording that episode, I left the room and slammed the door and then just started yelling about Ferngully.
Just the title? Or?
Yeah. Just kept just yelling Ferngully. Ferngully! I did have someone bring up the fact that we didn't talk about the fact that Ferngully does have a sequel.
It does. I brought that up.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah, we just ignore it.
It did have a sequel, and it wasn't that great. It was a straight to VHS kind of situation.
Right. Everybody,
Robin Williams.
Welcome back to the hit segment, Remake, Revisit, Rewind, where we take a franchise and decide, should Hollywood pick it up or leave it alone or whatever. Everybody loved it. We're doing it again.
The whatever is really what I'm here for.
This is how we get the clicks.
Ooh, you click on my face?
Yeah. No, you click, like, and subscribe.
And if you don't, Charmander will come and get you.
If you don't, I'll leave Charmander in the rain.
It's the saddest moment of any cartoon ever.
He had to learn.
Well, there was a time that the guy, turned his kid into a dog. Put his her soul into a dog. So
it's complicated. First franchise, shallow, rich, and socially successful Cher is at the top of her Beverly Hills High School peaking scale. Seeing herself as a matchmaker, Cher first hoaxed two teachers into dating each other. This is 1995's Clueless.
That did not match what I expected the movie. Like when you start reading, I'm like Cher. I'm thinking like Cher, the actress,
of course, everybody does,
performer. And then you start describing the movie, and I'm like, that is vaguely the plot, not what I would have considered the plot to be. But yeah, anyway,
a girl finds love in a geeky guy.
Her stepbrother.
High school movie.
It's like the start and the quintessential, catalyst for what are you doing, step bro?
Porn's everywhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Did they maybe try to do something else with this franchise? Was there a TV show?
That vaguely feels right, but no, I don't think so.
It doesn't matter. Would you like to revisit Cher in her 40s?
No.
Okay.
I want nothing to do with this, and here's why.
Okay.
Someone tried to convince me one time that Saved by the Bell was a good show, which I still think it's a straight fucking garbage show.
Why would you feel that way, man?
Because Zach Morrison is trash, or Morris, whatever it is. I always say it wrong, but their pops are worth some money, so there's always that. Anyways, and they did that. They brought it back, and it's just as shitty. And that's what I imagine this being. We somehow got away in the 90s with this idea that it's funny to watch rich people be stupid and like, somehow us normal folk were very, enthralled by it. It's I don't have that feeling anymore towards that.
In April 2020, Alicia Silverstone said that her son has ideas for Clueless sequel. So
I like Alicia Silverstone. I think she's a darling. She's very sweet.
You love her when she played Batgirl?
I did. I enjoyed that. I don't see a world in where we benefit from having another Clueless.
Maybe she's older now, She's trying to help her son get through the stuff and going on. And maybe her son's the geeky stepbrother now.
Do we bring back Turk?
Oh, yeah. Anytime you can bring that guy back, you bring him
Paul
back.
Rudd? Does Paul Rudd come back?
if he wants to,
Paul Rudd, I feel like Paul Rudd would be like, yeah, definitely. Let me in on that.
or we could kill his character off and no one ever question it.
No, we'd never
Either
be
whatever,
sad.
whichever one you want to do. Well, people will be sad, but you know, you don't have to bring him back. Is what I'm saying.
Can it somehow be wrapped into the MCU? And like, so half of them got snapped out.
But that would assume that he cared about his daughter that he had over the clueless son, and Scott Lang didn't seem like that kind of guy.
That's fair. That's fair. So no, if I had my choice, I would say we don't touch this one.
Rewind it, leave it there. Got it. The alumni cast of a space opera television series have to play their roles as a real thing when an alien race needs their help. However, they also have to defend both Earth and the alien race from the reptilian warlords.
Yes, absolutely. We're revisiting Galaxy Quest.
Revisit?
Oh no. Oh, okay. It's a sequel because we still let them in this, but like it's like Star Trek since that's what it's mimicking.
Is it starring Justin Long?
And like we go off of a different, like a spin-off show, like a next generation situation, if you will, and we still have like and then it becomes like a Picard and Kirk thing, and we can argue about which was the better captain. I don't remember his name right now. Tim Allen, versus whoever else we pick. It could be Justin Long. I'm fine with that. He did so well in the first one that we made him an actual actor. Or even better, could it just be Justin Long?
We tried to make him an actor. Is it Justin Long trying to find the same success that he had in Galaxy Quest, which is what we were talking about, by the way, 1999? I might want to put Sam Rockwell in the lead. If we're gonna pick anybody.
I'm okay with that.
But I just figured if we were revisiting it, maybe it sparked Justin Long's acting career and he got into the same type of show.
Yeah.
But
I'm
also,
okay
Tim Allen's like
old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sigourney Weaver's busy.
It's super like a Kirk versus Picard kind of situation. And like, I'm on board. I'm so on board. Oh my God. Yes. Make it happen.
The guy from Monk, I think, might not be busy.
Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah. The black guy's definitely not busy.
Or who's the one that played the red shirt guy?
Yeah, that's Sam Rockwell.
Oh yeah, Sam Rockwell. It's been a minute since I've seen this movie. I need to go back. I love that movie so much. Such a solid rewatch too.
Yeah, my favorite part is when she clearly says "fuck," but Disney changed it, and she says "screw." I watched that scene 100,000 times because even her mouth doesn't make the movement. Like, why not just reshoot? Doesn't matter.
Sigourney doesn't reshoot. She's a one-shot kind of gal.
Rainn Wilson's not coming back either, but they also might have killed him. And also, they don't have.
I think you underestimate. I think Rainn Wilson might.
What was his name? Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman is dead. So yeah.
Yeah. So
it was a great role for him.
Might be hard to.
Yeah, I mean, you just talk about death. I mean, that's unfortunately a sad reality in all worlds.
Yeah, but you don't want to. It's weird to talk about an actor's death when the actor had actually died. I don't know.
Oh, because they don't do it with Paul Walker. I know because I'm watching all of the Fast and Furious movies.
No, he's okay. He's on a farm.
He's alive in that movie. Yeah, and that's
on a farm somewhere.
We have opportunities to kill him.
Nice and safe. Nice and safe. Don't touch him.
Don't worry about it. And we, for some reason, then named our child after him in memory of him. But like, he's not dead. He's okay. He's safe. He's fine. He's good. Don't worry about it.
Cut all this ranting.
We could have named him Brian, or not Brian. We could have called the kid Paul and just been like, not even talk about why we named him Paul.
The audience knows, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been way better to me.
And
I fucking hate the franchise. God damn it.
So you want to revisit this? You want to extend the universe?
Yes. Expand it further. I think there's so much potential there, much like the Mystery Men.
I think Tim Allen will take it because he'll just take money.
I think Tim Allen really enjoyed that project. I think he enjoyed it.
information on that.
You got to be Tim Allen playing Tim Allen,
Right.
playing another guy.
The dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. Gotcha. A nice guy has just moved to New York and discovers that he must share his rundown apartment with a couple thousand singing, dancing cockroaches.
Joe's apartment.
This is 1996's Joe's apartment.
God, that was such a terrible fucking movie.
What do you mean? It had the guy from other stuff, and it had a female lead.
I think I saw it twice. I saw it in theaters and at home. It's just not.
When you type in Joe's A, it comes up immediately.
Here's why it doesn't need to be a thing, is because
Jerry O'Connell. People love Jerry O'Connell right now.
When did it come out?
1996.
96.
It was an MTV film too. I don't know if you remember that.
We're 25 years away, right? Is that right?
Sure.
I think 25 years.
I don't remember the math. You figure it out.
5 and 20. Yeah, 25 years. Last year, Cats tried to make cockroaches a thing still, singing cockroaches, and it didn't. It still doesn't check.
We have the technology. We know it's there.
We know it doesn't. I don't know who greenlit this one in the first place.
Who else? I don't even know these people.
Who greenlit that project?
I know.
I'm just proud that I remember most of these. I'm sorry if it ruins it while I'm.
Vincent Pastore was in
the
it.
Name of these.
The guy that just plays the big Italian guy.
Jerry O'Connell. The best thing that Jerry O'Connell did, by the way, was Sliders.
Not Kangaroo Jack or something like that.
Yeah, Kangaroo Jack. No, not Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah, I don't know many of these people, and I don't know if they ever did anything else again.
I just don't know who greenlit this project and who thought this is definitely a good idea.
MTV. MTV said, I know we're making music videos right now, but dancing cockroaches. We did get a sequel in Cats.
We got what?
That was the sequel in Cats. It was
Cats. That was just a continuation. That was Joe's apartment. He just happened to get a cat too. So every once in a while, guys, please send me the names of the cats so that songs get stuck in my head. He thinks he's really funny, and then
it's
the
really
rest of the day I'm stuck with it.
It's the Bongo Jerry
and Rumble Chaser. It's the best pair of cats that's ever existed, and I hate cats usually.
So we don't want to come back 20 years and be in the apartment and it still be infested. Maybe he's finally going to take care of it.
You know what? Only situation in which I'm okay with this revisiting this is if it's post-apocalyptic, and like it's real like horrifying. The world is just in shambles, but somehow this colony of roaches is still just living it up.
If I remember correctly, they finally take it easy on him because they're like, we'll be here long after he's dead, so it's fine. And you don't want to remake it. You don't want to touch up the visuals.
I prefer not to ever.
If you want to watch that trailer later, you
if I could remove it from my memory. Again, the fact that I could recall that movie. Just
I think I owned it at one point. I don't remember, but I think I did. All right. Omri, a young boy growing up in Brooklyn, receives an odd variety of presents for his birthday. A wooden cabinet from his older brother, a set of antique keys from his mother, and a tiny plastic model of an Indian from his best friend Patrick. This is 1995's Indian in the Cupboard. Revisit, rewind. I don't know how you revisit this.
I owned this VHS, and it was the special edition of it that had the little key to open the VHS, and then there was a little toy Indian inside of it.
Feels like super, I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah.
It was sequeled in Night at the Museum.
Oh, okay.
When Owen Wilson had to reenact some sort of war. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't Owen Wilson. It was the other Wilson, wasn't it? Was Owen Wilson the cowboy, though?
It was Owen.
Okay. I just kids movies back then, man. Do you remember what's it called? Prehistoric.
I think racially insensitive is what I'm trying to think of. What this movie makes it feel like now.
Probably. I guarantee I don't remember a lick of that movie. I guarantee at one point it did some like Peter Pan level shit that would have made you go, should we be doing this? Let's take the focus away from that, and then let's just go back to the live action Pocahontas that we keep asking for.
Can it be a Native American boy who has a little white toy that he just puts in there and makes it come to life? And
then we remake Clueless and Indian in the Cupboard.
Oh my God, does Cher's son have the little cupboard? I don't know, but then you want to be Native American.
No, I'm thinking like it's a little tiny like Valley Girl toy.
It's just Toy Story. Now that I'm saying it more.
I don't know.
He knows.
Kids movie. The movie I was thinking of, Prehistoria, maybe. I don't remember. They're like kids. They get a box of dinosaurs that are this big that are actually alive.
Okay.
I don't know. We have some weird shit.
I don't know anything of what you're talking about.
There was movies when we were kids, and
there were movies there. Yeah.
We pumped out a lot of garbage.
So
no.
Rewind. Got it.
No.
All right. A police officer of suspended animation in prison to pursue an old ultra-violent nemesis who is loose in a non-violent future society. Talking 1993's Demolition Man.
It was called Prehistoria, by the way. That makes me feel better. Demolition Man is a cold following at this point, right? Because like when it first came out, it did not do well.
The reason I thought of this one is because we revisited Judge Dredd.
And I thought it did well. I actually really liked
which one?
That version of Judge Dredd.
Oh, yeah. I remember it being not terrible.
It was not terrible. I liked
I wouldn't like. Yeah, it was the guy from The Boys.
Yeah, it plays Billy Bones.
Yeah.
And he plays
Billy. Guy. He's got a name.
And he plays Bones as well in Star Trek.
I thought you meant Bones, the TV show. Is that what you're talking about?
Nothing for you.
Do what?
This didn't do anything for you, this movie? Okay. It's a white people movie. We watched that weird shit.
Carl Urban is his name.
Carl Urban, yeah.
He deserves respect from us. Can we make it and put Carl Urban in it again and just keep making him remake Stallone
all
movies?
The weird movie, yeah, all the Stallone movies, yeah. I think it was.
I say definitely remake. I don't want to.
Yeah, I think it's a remake.
I don't want to revisit Stallone. Maybe I'll revisit Wesley Snipes.
King Shark.
God. And then I'd be okay with rewinding it, but I'd be okay with remaking it.
I think a remake. I think it deserves a chance to be remade. I think a lot of like the sci-fi ones, if they've done well enough, they do decent.
But I also feel like this idea is not it would just be for name that it would make money, because it's not a super crazy idea anymore.
Right.
Fucking Austin Powers did it.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like, the idea is not super original, but I guess it's not what this episode's about.
If anything, this episode's about the exact opposite.
The point of what the world is doing now. A girl is among a few survivors in a dystopian Earth. Riding a war tank, she fights against the tyranny of a mega corporate. Shut your mouth. That dominates the remaining potable water supply of the planet. This is 1995's Tank Girl.
I have been asking for this to get remade so many times. This is like I think this is the one I would champion the most to remake it. I think it was done beautifully the first time.
Mhm.
I think that we can expand upon it now and do even better. And I have no problem just remaking it. I don't know who would play Tank Girl, because the girl
So
that
you-
played Tank Girl was amazing.
Gwen Stefani would do it.
Not anymore. No doubt Gwen Stefani could have. Gwen Stefani now doesn't look like Gwen Stefani, and I every time get real baffled when they're like, and Gwen Stefani, and I'm like, nah, that ain't you.
I don't know if they would be able to do it well. I mean, but I
think
guess
would
we're at a
want-
point where female characters like well written
I want
scripts.
Birds of Prey level.
Yeah.
I want like a Birds of Prey, Deadpool level of writing on it. Like it would have to be nitty gritty, dirty, but I think it'd be a lot of fun.
So what
I
you're
think it'd
saying
be very
is
cool.
you put Seth Green in the chair and let him go nuts.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
Not-
think that it's such a fun story
Mhm.
and such an odd like character that I think it could be a lot of fun if it's done right. Like had Margot Robbie not been like super pigeonholed into Harley Quinn at this point, I think that she actually would be like a solid candidate.
She could do both, but then people will be like, "Oh, she's just doing
being
Harley
Quinn, yeah."
with a
Because
tank now."
in fairness, they're similar-ish.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a difference, but no, I just like the comic book was a lot of fun. The movie was a lot of fun, and I definitely think at this point in time, like we're looking for strong female characters. She's one, and I've been wanting them to remake this for a while. I think that the original didn't get nearly as much credit as it should have. Yeah, I could talk about it for a while, so I'll just shut up.
Go ahead, man. Talk about it all day. You're the editor. You just said when enough is enough. Okay. The scientist's father of a teenage girl and boy, he shrinks his and two other neighborhood teens to the size of insects. Now the teens must fight dangers as the father searches for them. This is 1989's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. This did get 2 sequels, or I guess a full trilogy. I Blew Up the Kid, and We Shrunk Ourselves in 92 and 98, or 92 and 97. So we either continue from 97, we pretend like the other two didn't happen and continue from 89, or we remake the whole thing, or we just
That's Rick
leave it in the
Moranis,
past.
right?
I don't know, you got a computer
The
too,
main
man.
actor, Rick Moranis, the guy that played in Ghostbusters.
It sounds right.
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's Rick Moranis because he won't do anything anymore. Yeah, it is. He won't touch anything anymore. So if you really want him, he's out. He's out of the game, dog.
He's fucking 68, yeah. Wasn't doing
Well,
anything either.
he stepped away from the industry. Was like, I want to focus on family, and I'm out.
Well, you had no
Kinda
time for
like,
that now, though.
There's a couple people.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you did that now. What more family?
Bring it back and reel them in.
Put your grandkids in the movie, whatever.
Was it? It was a good series. Like it was a good concept.
First one was good.
Where do you go from there, though?
Second one, I think no recollection of the third one.
First and second one, I remember as a kid. I remember them being solid movies, enough to where they made attractions out of it.
Yeah.
I
Blew Up the Kid. I remember they blew up the baby, is what it was, and he was just a big pain in the ass.
But I just don't see where you go from there.
So then maybe we don't revisit it, but we would have the option to remake it.
Yeah, I think a remake could be cool. I think it could be fun. We have new technology and new things to. Although I'm sure instead we'd get the Space Jam treatment. It wouldn't be Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It'd be Honey, I Digitalized the Kids. And then we'd just have Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, yeah, downloaded the kids.
Yeah. I think there should be a remake. I thought it was a great concept. Like it's
But
funny
but
enough.
also John Favreau made Will Ferrell accused with no special. Like that's not the problem.
That's fair. That's fair. God, he did good at that.
Yeah, he
That
did.
movie was solid. No, I think it was a solid concept for a kids/family film that I think is better than a lot of the things we are remaking.
And I think that there's still an audience out there because you have the game Grounded, which is that
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
And honestly, it could be the first two movies could be them not being blown back up. You know what I mean? It could be one long continuous story
Of them being shrunk.
of them trying to get back. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it would be a cool series to revisit. A remake.
Tweet that out. Who's got the license? All right. Next one. A man who never has enough time for the things he wants is offered the opportunity to have himself duplicated.
Oh.
What did you think it was, Smarty?
I thought it was Click. I was like, nah, fuck that. Fuck Click.
Click's too new to redo.
Dude,
already.
I wanted to leave the theater watching Click.
You liked Click.
I did not. And I liked Adam Sandler back then.
Back then. It was not a long ago movie.
2009. Bro, it's 12 years ago.
You should have gave it before that though. Do we need to pull up the
2009 I would have been.
I have it as
been?
I have it as a favorite for the Sandler IMDb. I'm 21 and you're still like, go Sandler?
Yeah. 21 was prime Sandler. I was drunk all the time. That was like
that does not equal prime Sandler.
Being drunk.
No. Click was 2006. You were in high school.
That's true. I just graduated then.
And he just did The Longest Yard. It was between The Longest Yard and I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
That one's rough. It's a lot of things that wouldn't pass for now. Anyway, what was the movie? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I'll let it slide just because it's like the end maybe of Sandler, but the end was near. It's a couple of Jack and Jills and Grown Ups and Zookeepers and anyway, this was 1996 Multiplicity with Michael Keaton, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember who else because I just associate him with that movie because he was so good in it. I don't know if you remember it or not.
Yeah, and then some of his clones started becoming real dumb, right?
Yeah, so he made two. One was a little more aggressive, and the other one was Andy McDowell, who was just the woman everywhere in that era. If you look her up, you'll know what I mean when I say that. Yeah, one was kind of a manly man. One was maybe a little more sensitive. And then clones 2 and 3 cloned themselves and they got clone 4. And that's when the genes weren't as strong all the way through. But my man was playing 4 characters and I think killed it.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. Do we remake it or revisit it? At the end, does he kill the clones?
No.
Like
they all get a car and say bye and have a good day. And it's funny because I think him and his wife or ex-wife don't get together at the end, but she's like driving away and she looks over and there's 3 of them in a car, the 3 in the car. And she's like, when you love someone everywhere you look, and then they drive away. I remember that very vividly for whatever reason. So no, they don't die.
So we could revisit it. That'd be real weird.
There's a show on Netflix that Paul Rudd does where he gets cloned, but then is still alive. I watched an episode and a half of it. Living with Yourself, and it gave me Multiplicity vibes, but
in a good way.
It's Paul Rudd, so not in a bad way.
That's fair. He's fun.
He can pull off a lot of roles.
If you remade it, who would you cast in it?
I mean, Mark Wahlberg.
I get it.
Because I need Mark Wahlberg, and I need a Mark Wahlberg who is just super stupid. But is that just the original Mark Wahlberg? All the clones are exactly alike. Put on a shirt.
Could it? I'm trying to think if we need it.
Nobody needs these.
I don't remember it well enough to be like.
But maybe that's where you win. Because you know when a movie comes out and people are like, "Oh, you remember the old one?" You're like, "No."
Yeah, I
it's the same thing.
I
I had to tell somebody that there was another Mortal Kombat.
Annihilation?
No, like the first one.
Oh, cool.
So you don't know all my friends.
That's true. You're right.
That's where we're at in the world, man.
So that's a lot. Yeah, I mean, remake it. There's not a reason that you couldn't.
I'm trying to think of an actor.
Not Shallow Hal, which
that
should
gives
just
me
be
the vibes.
Burns.
God, there were some rough scenes in that one, but I think Jack Black's charisma might smooth it over like peanut butter, and you just don't look at it. Who is a not gorgeous, average actor that can act? That can act. Matthew McConaughey is
other
Matthew
Wilson
McConaughey.
brother.
Luke
Wilson.
Yeah, Luke could do it. I can see Luke in it. He's done comedy. He's done serious. He's done horror, I think. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Or do we revisit this and use old Michael Keaton? Oh my God, does one of the clones die and they go to the funeral? Yes. Nope, never mind. Changing my answer. We revisit this and clone number 3 dies and we all come to the funeral and the wife's like, what the fuck? Or maybe she died and they all go to the funeral. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I agree with all of my decisions and then none of them. If that
Can you imagine going to a funeral and the pallbearers all look like the person you're there to bury?
Yes.
Yeah, there's comedy in that.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Remember Steve Rogers carried his own casket, maybe. Depending on what fucking crazy theory you want.
I love Disney, man. They're like, the fans like come up with this real out there theory and they're like, yeah, no, that's it. That's what we did this whole time.
I enjoy that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like not canon, like they're very serious about that. But I don't know if they did that with Agent Carter. And then it's like, are you just doing it with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because it went for too long and fell off the rails? Because I get that. But you also need to not claim this other one. That I've tried to watch it. It wasn't the best show. But I have seen Inhumans through the place. So that was a ride.
I would like to remake that.
There's that, all because of that fucking guy. What was his name? Hold on a second. I'll look it up.
I'd like to remake that.
Ike Perlmutter, that piece of shit. This is the guy who was like, he just greenlit Inhumans because he was like, fuck, I'm not paying for shit and who cares? and he's also who said we can replace Don Cheadle with Terrence Howard and nobody will notice. Just a real fucking terrible person. And if you Google him, there's an image with him and Donald Trump, and it just looks like the sketchiest photo you've ever seen in your life.
That feels fair.
Yeah, but he's a real fucking terrible, disgusting human being. Anyway, we can do a whole episode on that if you want to. Last movie, ready?
Yeah.
Moronic best friends get themselves locked inside the biodome. a science experiment along with a group of environmental scientists for 1 year. This is 1996's Biodome.
1000% we revisit this. Fucking Pauly Shore ain't doing shit. It's Pauly Shore and one of the Baldwins, right?
The Baldwins, doesn't matter.
Alec, yeah, I think, sure. But yeah.
No, Alex, the one success. Alex, the one that you don't say when you're trying to think of the Baldwins that's not doing something.
That's fair.
That's the one. You have one name.
I don't know that I remember the other Baldwin brothers' names.
And it's Stephen. There's a Stephen Baldwin. And there's a, I don't know, Jack.
It was right. Stephen Baldwin. Okay. So Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin. Yeah, apps 1000%. They're not doing shit. We just did this with Bill and Ted. Please, let's find them in a biodome again.
Alec Baldwin.
In fairness, all the Baldwins are not great.
Daniel, William, Alec, and Stephen.
None of the Baldwins are great.
You know what's funny? They do all super look alike. Obviously they're brothers, but like it's like if you have to put Stephen on one end and Alec on the other end and the two in the middle, and you can see the gradual transaction.
Basically what it is a sketch artist was given the description of Alec Baldwin, and then he gave his description to 3 other sketch artists, and that's what came out.
Fuck, I mean, it's 4 good-looking white brothers that Hollywood just threw money at.
You want to talk about good-looking white brothers that Hollywood just threw money at? Look at the fucking
the Wahlberg string.
No, well, no, not the Wahlbergs. Why can't I think of it now? Thor.
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
But it's just 2, right?
There's technically 3, but yeah, just 2 that actually, that the Wahlberg acknowledges. Yeah. Much like the Mary-Kate and Ashley, until all of a sudden Elizabeth Olsen just fucking blew up out of nowhere.
And then it was like, hey, there's Elizabeth Olsen's twin sisters. Can you imagine? Poor Elizabeth, like all these years. And then you just watch some fucking
spiral
off the rails. Obviously Elizabeth Olsen had done things, but I don't remember her before.
Career, no.
Yeah. I mean, that's just ignorance on my part. But yeah, no, we can revisit this because I any Baldwin that's not Alec is not doing anything.
No, and Pauly Shore's not doing shit.
There's one brother to not name, man. You named the most famous
one that came to my mind.
The one that's still on TV.
Yeah, that's fair. I thought 30 Rock was done. Is it still going?
30 Rock is very much done, but he does other things.
What does he do?
They gave him a game show with other celebrities, and he also has been on Saturday Night Live a lot when he was playing Trump.
That's right. She, by the way, Elizabeth Olsen started. She was in one thing with them, by the way, a TV movie in 1994 called How the West Was Fun. She was a girl in a call. She was just a girl in a car. Like she was just in a car going by.
Fuck these girls. I would never have their. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they paid for her shit. I don't know.
And then in 2011, she came back.
But damn, can I get a role? Like, y'all can't put me on.
Maybe she really didn't want one.
That's true too.
But she
did. One? Like, no, I've seen my sisters. They're fucking all over the place.
She did a couple movies in 2011 that I have not ever heard of. A couple in 2013 that I've never heard of, and then 2014 is when she first appeared as Wanda Maximoff. And then she was in Godzilla. She was in Drunk History.
She was in Godzilla, and they made Taylor something Johnson. Aaron Taylor Johnson. They made that her love interest, but in Age of Ultron, it's her brother. It's just weird. It's weird because it's like same year those movies came out.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, yeah.
So like there was one scene like they run at each other and embrace. And I'm like, I just got done watching siblings. Is it not weird for you guys?
Probably.
I think probably not because they're not, but whatever.
Definitely revisit Biodome. I feel like we need to know what's happening with those 2 characters.
I finally watched that Bill and Ted. I don't know if I told you about that.
Mm-mm.
It was
okay.
I could have
I
never
expect
watched
it
it
to be
and
okay.
been, but I didn't hate it. But fuck, watching Keanu Reeves play that fucking idiot is
Difficult.
no. I mean, like he's just talking with more excitement than he usually does. You know what I mean? He's not doing a voice. It's still how he sounds.
Remember when he did Constantine?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was Constantine.
It was.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I don't think it got a lot of good reviews, but I liked it. Wasn't mad at it.
I don't know if I ever saw it.
But you know, like I said, I definitely revisit Biodome because I need to know.
I
Hey,
remember how that movie went.
no idea. I know they weren't supposed to be in the Biodome, if I remember correctly.
There was also a movie where they found a caveman, or Pauly Shore found a caveman. I don't know who was co-starring with him.
Pauly Shore got a lot of interesting roles that we thought this makes sense. He was the Rab Schneider of the early 90s, late 80s.
What made him famous?
He was a stand-up comedian, if I remember correctly. Don't take my word for
it. It had to be just the voice, right?
Yeah, it's a stupid fucking the Leaning Tower of Cheese.
Oh my god, it was fucking Rudy. I forgot if he was in the movie with the caveman.
He was in Rudy?
No. The guy who plays Rudy in the movie Rudy. I want to say Sam, but I think it's just the
Hobbit.
Yeah.
Sam got what? Yeah. Rudy.
Also doesn't matter. But yeah, it had Brendan Fraser in it too.
Rudy.
Remember, he was the caveman.
Sean Astin. Jon Favreau was in Rudy?
Yeah. He's Rudy's best friend in it. Vince Vaughn's in it too. He plays
I saw
one of the football players.
I think in like high school, maybe, and then never again.
Oh man, we watched it like when my brother was living here. We watched it like once a year at least.
Really?
Yeah.
It's inspirational.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn, because
better than the Eagles one.
Because I'm a fan of both of them. Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn on that movie set. That's how they became friends, and then they made a bunch of movies together.
And history was made.
Because there was an interview. Vince Vaughn was like, "I don't think," he was like, "I'm like scrawny and tall. Like I can't play a football player. Like we'll just put pads on you. It's fine. Don't worry about it." So like he's just wearing pads in all his scenes. But yeah, Jon Favreau's like his nerdy, like
he looked like a
always got a pencil behind his ear and shit.
Fuck! Stop yawning, Michael.
Pauly Shore's got a website, paulyshore.com.
Are they selling like porn and shit on there?
I don't know. I thought it was Pauly.
Tommy Wiseau has his own website.
Oh well. Oh man, should we just watch Pauly Shore movies?
No, please, never know. Not that.
Their son-in-law, where he seems to be with a Mormon family. Yeah, man, I don't know him from any of these things. CBS Summer Playhouse. What the fuck is that? Doesn't matter. God, it's a fucking black hole that is Pauly Shore's IMDb that could just be on for days, I'm sure. And Biodome, his name was Bud. And son-in-law, his name was Crawl. And in Encino Man, well, the one where he finds the caveman, his name is Stony Brown. And he was in a Goofy movie because Disney employed him.
The Leaning Tower of Cheese.
And a Limp Bizkit music video.
Oh, well, thank God.
Man. And King of the Hill.
I vaguely remember a character being. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Your IMDb, and it's like known for, and the movies are 1996, 1992, 2003, and 1993. I think I know how things turned out. Anyway, but that's the last one. That's all I got.
Let us know what you guys thought about these movies. If we were wrong, if I should be remaking some of these movies and I didn't want to, or if we should be leaving them in the past, like Multiplicity.
Or Tank Girl. Don't touch it, man. You're not gonna be happy with the
Tank
outcome.
Girl is never the answer. We always go move forward with Tank Girl.
All right, I can't wait till they do it. And they
it'll be
fucking
terrible.
and they give it to fucking grubby hand Joss Whedon.
Yo, you know who needs to do it? Dog, it's perfect. Are you kidding me? James Gunn should absolutely be doing Tank Girl.
He could.
It would be a sick soundtrack to it. Oh my god, yes. Yes, that's who does it. I don't even like all of the things that James Gunn's done in his personal life. I don't give a fuck. Get on this movie, James.
I think everybody
Jimmy
got
Boy.
past that now.
Everybody else has passed it, yeah.
Yeah.
The P jokes.
I remember, but whatever.
It's fine. It's good. It's just like Mark Wahlberg. I remember what you did, Mark. But anyways, let us know what you guys thought about the movies. If you think we should be revisiting, remaking, or just leaving them the fuck alone. You guys can always reach us at all of our social medias. They're all Friendship Supreme, guys. You can find us on YouTube by typing in Friendship Supreme, Facebook, Instagram. Our email is friendshipsupreme@gmail.com. We're going to post a P.O. box down below if you want to send us violent threats. If you want to reach us on Twitter, however, because of character limitation, it is Friendship Supreme with no eyes. Because fuck us, that's why. Let us know what you guys thought. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe down below. We come out with episodes every week. We're also on twitch.tv/Friendship Supreme, where we play video games Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 9 p.m. Central Time. Hopefully, you guys had a great time. I know I did. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve.
And look, if you want to torture me, spank me, lick me, do it. But if this poetry shit continues, shoot me.